Hey guys, and welcome to 9.9 Comics with Chris and Kyle. I'm Kyle, and today we're doing a little streamlined show today. We're all set up here, free comic book day, and so we're just having a little short show. It's just going to be the top 5, no honorable mentions, no Chris, just streamline. So, here's our top 5. And starting off with number 5, we have Batman and the Outsiders, number 1, written by Brian Hill, art by Dexter Soy, and cover art by, well, the important cover is by Tyler Kirkham. When the quest for justice drives Batman into some morally ambiguous areas, he calls on the most moral man he knows, Jefferson Pierce, aka Black Lightning, and his team of operatives known as the Outsiders. Several years ago, Batman personally put the Barrera family into hiding after they suffered through terrible experiments at the hands of the organization called the Ark. Now, all but one of them have turned up dead, and Batman needs to locate Sofia Barrera and before the wrong people get their hands on her and her surprising power. But it wouldn't be Batman without a hidden agenda, would it? No, it wouldn't. And when Black Lightning, Katana, the Signal, and the Orphan find out what Batman is really up to, their loyalty will be called into question. Yeah, because this always happens when Batman goes into a team. Batman quietly goes onto his own thing, and then while everyone's saving the world, everyone's like, Anyway, so like I said before, we are getting this specifically for the Tyler Kirkham cover, and also it's kind of cool because Batman's teaming up with Black Lightning, and that should be a fun read. So it's a cool number 5 to have on this week's top 5. And our number 4 pick for this week is Excellence number 1. This is written by Brandon Thomas and art and cover art by Kerry Randolph and Emilio Lopez. Spencer Dales was born into a world of magic. His father belongs to the Aegis, a secret society of black magicians ordered by their unseen masters to better the lives of others, those with greater potential, but never themselves. Now it's time for Spencer to follow in his father's footsteps, but all he sees is a broken system in need of someone with a wand and the will to change it. But in his fight for a better future, who will stand beside him? Kerry Randolph from We Are Robin, Noble, Black, and Tech Jacket, and Brandon Thomas from Horizon, The Many Adventures of Miranda Mercury, Noble, and Voltron ignite in a generational war in this action fantasy series made entirely by creators of color and committed to one truth above all others: excellence is real. So, Excellence, the reason why we're getting this one is it is a Diamond Gem of the Month, so it's got some hype behind it. It's got a really interesting storyline coming up. I really like the magical comics. They're pretty interesting. Almost anything can happen. And this comic already has a huge following online, so it's already got some hype behind it, and it's got some backing. So you can bet that they're going to get bought up and hopefully diminish that rarity. So you're not seeing a bunch of them in a comic book shop 15 years from now. It's like, oh look, there's another Excellence. But yeah, so it's a good decent one to have for number 4 today. And our number 3 pick for this week is arguably my most favorite one. It is called Metal Shark Bro number 1. So this is out of Scout Comics, written by Bob France and Kevin Cuff, and art and cover art by Walt Osley. Now listen to this, guys. So this is pretty interesting. The next entry in the new Binge imprint, where Scout releases a world premiere issue, this one, and followed by the entire story a few months later in one volume. I'll explain that later. What the fin is a metal shark, bro? Well, here's the liner notes summary. A traditional shark stumbles upon Satan's nephew and is forcibly given anthropomorphic qualities. With his newfound human physique and propensity for violence, he's tasked with collecting the souls of those who have sworn alliance to Satan. The only problem, he just wants to be a normal shark again. Naturally, he swears bloody vengeance, and a whole lot of death ensues. Metal Shark Bro is perfect for fans of Aqua Teen Hunger Force, Tenacious D, and Rick and Morty. So, unless you've not heard about any of those things, then you're probably on the wrong YouTube channel. But, of course, there's a lot to take in. But, going back to that whole Binge imprint, so it's really important that you get this number 1, because after this number 1 sells out, the only time you're going to be able to buy it is in trade. There's only one issue. There's only one single issue in this entire series, and it's a number 1. So that kind of super singles it out. and it's pretty important. Also, it's out of Scout Comics, and they're in a really good place right now, so anything they put out is amazing. The story is insane, and so because it's it's Scout Comics and it's at a low print, it's naturally going to have a higher rarity than, let's say, the average Marvel comic. So people lose them, they sell them, or their kids trash them, or whatever. Well, selling to, never mind, forget selling. But they have a higher rarity. And also, they're catering to the average millennial, which is arguably a large portion of the people who buy comics. So you can bet they're probably going to sell out pretty quick. And our number 2 pick of the week is Batman Who Laughs, number 5, out of course DC Comics, written by Scott Snyder. And the cover art for this comic is amazing. It's just very minimalistic, but also says so much. Little on it. It's a battle to the death as Batman goes head to head with the Grim Knight. That's right. The Caped Crusader is forced to not only fight off the most evil version of himself, but the growing desire to turn his back on his moral code and commit cold-blooded murder. Any other time, Batman would be able to stay on the straight and narrow, but as the Joker serum finally takes over his body, Bruce Wayne must just succumb to pure evil and kill the Grim Knight. All of this is foreseen by the Batman Who Laughs, who has been planning for the corruption of Bruce Wayne, banking on him activating the Last Laugh Protocol and turning Gotham City into an incubator of evil. All the Batman Who Laughs needs is one last happy Bruce from another dimension to make his serum work. But only Batman knows where this last Bruce is going to show up. And so there's a lot of key phrases in here. So for number 1, I mean, just obviously it's the Batman Who Laughs. I mean, what more are you going to say? 2, it's going to be Batman versus the Grim Knight in a bloody battle, and it's going to be awesome. It's going to be, I hope they do crazy stuff with the pages, like when they do crazy fight scenes. But also, this is, what it ended with there is this happy Bruce person they're talking about. If they show this person's face at all, or even a vague silhouette of them, that is technically a first appearance of this happy Bruce, and therefore this comic would have a first appearance. Now, we're not saying it's going to be a first appearance, but you don't want to gamble on that, or you want to gamble on that, and you want to buy this comic just in case. It's only $4. What are you going to do? But yeah, so Batman Who Laughs. Again, what else are you going to say? And now it's time for the 9.9 no-brainer! Today's 9.9 no-brainer is War of Realms New Agents of Atlas, number 1 of 4, and it's only a 4-print run, so that's pretty important. This is, of course, out of Marvel Comics, obviously, written by Greg Pak, art by Lim and Gang Hyuk, and cover art by Billy Tan. A War of Realms tie-in series. As Sindir, a mortal queen of Muspelheim, and her legions of fire demons march on Asia, it's time for a new band of heroes to unite to protect the Pacific Rim. Having brought together a ragtag team of heroes to defend the Earth from an alien invasion in the past, can Amadeus Cho reassemble his protectors, Shang-Chi, Silk, and Jimmy Woo, to save the world from incineration? And where is Kamala Khan? And just who are Crescent, Io, and Luna Snow? Featuring Marvel's newest heroes from China, Arrow and Swordmaster, and a mysterious new Filipino heroine named Wave. So, about this War of Realms, the reason why it's our 9.9 no-brainer is A, it's a diamond gem, so that's always going to make the list, and B, it's a first appearance of some Marvel Asian heroes that have been in a game, but this is their first appearance into the actual comic book world. So this is their technical first appearance into chronology. Also, these are completely out of print. It's a Marvel comic, it's completely out of print. I know that happens, but it's very rare. And also, you can't find these for under $7 pre-sale online, and that's almost 100% markup. So that's saying something. This is going to have the biggest short-term investment out of all these comics, so if you're looking to make a quick buck on eBay, this would be the comic you want to look for. But going back to, we argued having the Batman Who Laughs be the 9.9 no-brainer because it was a more long-term investment, but we wanted to focus on this one because it's right here, it's right now, and we just wanted gotta have the spotlight on it. That made me laugh. So you're gonna buy it anyway. It'll show its shine when it needs to. And with that, we thank you for sticking with us today. It's been a rough day for us over here at 9.9 Comics, as you can see. So I'm glad we could squeeze this out for you guys, get that top 5 out to you. Got to get it out. It's all about the comics. It's all about collecting. So thank you for liking, subscribing, commenting, all that jazz. Remember to hit that bell to get that notification when we go live. And yeah, thanks for watching, guys.